Okay, for those of you who are still here with me through all of the stories, all joking aside, because I've had some time to process and research, like, I'm so devastated about the response to this shooting. I mean, I'm obviously devastated about the shooting. Like, violence begets violence, and like, violence is not okay, and physical violence is not okay. And I wish that like guns were not a thing in America. And I wish that 20-year-old males in America had more mental health care, that they didn't just like go on roofs and start shooting people for no reason because they were confused or upset. And like, I wish that like we trusted the institutions in this country. Like, it's not okay. But like the response to this, like how Biden and everybody is coming out and saying like political violence is not okay, is just as distressing as if political violence doesn't go on all the fucking time just for poor people. I personally find it really fucking gaslighting how everybody is like, political violence is not okay. And it's not in line with trauma-informed best practices. Like, you need to validate that political violence has been happening. And we need to validate that Trump has been enacting political violence since he came into office. He has been enacting political violence. And additionally, he has now sustained political violence. So for us to all put our hands up in the name of Trump, political violence is not okay, is not the full story. And it's fucking gaslighting, as if political violence has not been happening this entire time. And I'm not talking about Gaza, literally not talking about Gaza, just talking about domestically here in the United States, as if political violence has not been happening this entire fucking time, as if political violence is not what led to this situation in the first fucking place. And already I've seen news outlets saying like, you know, if the bullet had actually hit his head, like that would have been the worst thing for democracy ever. And already creating this narrative that like, it's so good that Trump was not assassinated because that would have been devastating, like crafting this narrative. And like, this is where the media does us a disservice. And like, once again, like who's in charge of like editing the media, like out of touch white straight dudes who are old with money. And it's like, why would that have been so bad? Like, maybe it would. Maybe it would be really bad, and maybe I don't understand the circumstances, and maybe I'm ignorant, or maybe I am a gender non-binary 34-year-old with a different opinion about how the fuck things should be running, and what transparency looks like, and what gaslighting looks like, and how to actually communicate with people in a transparent and trusting way where you actually validate what's happening. You don't just try to maintain the status quo because you're fucking scared. Literally between posting that story and posting this story, I now see that the NYPD condemns political violence. And it's like, I just feel so disconnected from everyone in this country. And this is what led to me being suicidal in the first place when Trump got elected. And then I became really fucking suicidal because I was just like, am I crazy? Like, I'm crazy. Like, I feel so disconnected. I feel like I don't belong. It's so clear to me what is going on. And I feel like every single place I turn, I'm being gaslit. Like, every institution I turn to that has legitimacy in society, I'm being fucking gaslit. Like, political violence has no place in this country. Political violence has been happening since the beginning of the country. Why, when a rich, straight old white dude gets shot, now political violence has no place in this country? It's been happening the whole fucking time. It's been happening to everyone who's not him. Okay, got a little heated. Thanks everyone for holding space for me on my soapbox. You know, I'm sure in the morning I'll find some more niche news sources that agree with me. And I'll feel more a sense of belonging with my people in my country. But just like the first stuff that comes out always is like, ah. I will say though that you know who has nothing to say on the matter, you know who has nothing to say about whether or not political violence has a place in this country is your girl Hillary Clinton. I've checked her Instagram, I've checked her Twitter. Mum's the word from Hillary Clinton. Bill Clinton has something to say. He speaks on behalf of him and Hillary, which is unusual because usually Hillary speaks for herself. So apparently she has nothing to say for herself this time around.